Hello, dear students. Welcome to the lecture series on integrated water management. I'm Dr. Bindya Sharma, and today's topic is IWRM, the Dublin Principles. The integrated water resource management concept was defined as a process which promotes the coordinated development and management of water, land, and related resources in order to maximize the resultant economic and social welfare in an equitable manner without compromising the sustainability of vital ecosystems. IWRM emphasizes on integrated approaches with more coordinated decision making across sectors and skills. It recognizes that exclusively top down, supply led, technically based, and sectoral approaches to water management are imposing unsustainable, high economic, social, and ecological cost on human societies and on our environment. IWRM has no fixed beginnings and will probably it would never end also. As the global economy and society are dynamic in nature and the natural environment is also subject to change, IWRM system will therefore need to be responsive to change and be capable of adapting to the new economic, social, and environmental conditions and to changing human values. IWRM is not an end in itself, but a means of achieving three key strategic objectives, namely efficiency, to make water resources go as far as possible, equity in the allocation of water across different social and economic groups, environmental sustainability, to protect the water resources base and associated ecosystem. IWRM should be viewed as a process rather a one-shot approach. This is the IWRM planning cycle, which starts with preparation of strategy and action plan, build commitment to actions, implement frameworks, monitor and evaluate progress, establish status and overall goals, build commitment to reform process, analyze the gaps, and again the cycle goes on. IWRM is based on four principles, the Dublin principles. Let us go through all the principles, four principles one by one. First principle, fresh water is a finite and vulnerable resource, essential to sustain life, development, and environment. Water sustains life in all its forms and is required for many different purposes, as we have already discussed in the previous lectures. Functions and services holistic management, therefore, has to involve consideration of the demands placed on the resources and the threats to it. Creating a water sensitive political economy requires coordinated policy making at all levels. There is also a need for mechanism which ensure that economic sector decision makers take water cost and sustainability into account when making production and consumption choices. Coming to the second principle, it says water development and management should be based on a participatory approach involving users, planners, and policymakers at all various levels. Water is a subject in which everyone is a stakeholder. Real participation only takes place when all the stakeholders are a part of decision-making process. This can occur directly when local communities come together to make the water supply, management, and use of the choices. Participation also occurs if democratically elected or accountable agencies or some spokespersons can represent stakeholder groups. It is the actual participatory analysis, planning, and decision making process in which the key stakeholders undertake a collective action of understanding, deciding, and planning a project to reach a common objective. The components involved in the process are gathering ideas, analyzing the situation together with the people, deciding, taking decisions, and then planning together with the stakeholders. The third principle says women play a central part in provision, management, and safeguarding of water. It is widely acknowledged that women play a key role in collection and safeguarding of water for domestic and, in many cases, for agriculture use also. But they have a much less influential role than men when it comes to management, problem analysis, and in decision making process which are related to water resources. In most societies, women have the primary responsibilities for management of household water supply, sanitation, and health. Because of their dependence on water resources, women have accumulated considerable knowledge about water resources, including location, quality, and storage methods. However, the efforts geared towards improving the management of the world's finite water resources and extending access to the safe drinking water and adequate sanitation, often they overlook the central role of women in water management. Thus, the women have to be educated for their certain roles. Coming to the fourth principle, the last principle, it says water has an economic value in all its competing uses and should be recognized as an economic good. Within this principle, it is a vital to recognize first the basic right of all human beings to have access to clean water and sanitation at an affordable price. Past failure to recognize the economic value of water has led to wastage of water and environmentally damaging the use of the water resources. Managing water as an economic good is an important way of achieving efficient and equitable use and of encouraging conservation and protection of water resource. The value of water in alternative use is important for rational allocation of water as it is a scarce resource. After all four principles, if we integrate the ease of IWRM, integrated water resource management is based on the perception of water as an integral part of ecosystem, a natural resource which is water, a social and economic good whose quantity and quality determines the nature of utilization. IWRM framework as developed by GWP consists of three E's: economic efficiency, social equity, and economic sustainability. So that's all for today's topic. Thank you.